Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 34. Utresu cha kurushu bhagavan yagya purusha krita varaha rupaste tam tu devi haishabhu saha kurubhir askalita bhakti yogeno patavati imam cha paramam upanishadam avartayanti. Uttareshu, on the northern side. Cha, also. Kurushu, in the tract of land known as Kuru. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality Godhead. Yajna Purusha, who accepts all results of sacrifices. Krita Varaha Rupaha, having accepted the form of a boar. Aste, exists eternally. Tam, him. Tu, certainly. Devi, the goddess. Ha, certainly. Asia, this. Who, planet Earth. Saha, along with. Kurubhi, the inhabitants of the land known as Kuru. Askalita, unfailing. Bhakti Yogena, by devotional service. Upadhavati, worship. Imam, this. Cha, also. Paramam Upanishadam, the Supreme Upanishad, the process by which one can approach the Lord. Avartayanti, chants again and again for the purpose of practice. Translation purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sukadev Goswami said, my dear King, the Supreme Lord in His boy incarnation who accepts all sacrificial offerings lives in the northern part of Jambudvipa, and there in the tract of land known as Uttara Kuruvarsha, Mother Earth, and all the other inhabitants worship him with unfailing devotional service by repeatedly chanting the following Upanishad mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Mantra Tatpalingaya Yakya Kritave Maha Dvaravayavaya Mahapurushaya Nama Karma Suklaya Triyuga Namaste. O Lord, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you as the gigantic person. Simply by chanting mantras, we shall be able to understand you fully. You are yajna, sacrifice, and you are the ritual. Therefore, all ritualistic ceremonies of sacrifice are part of your transcendental body, and you are the only enjoyer of all sacrifices. Your form is composed of transcendental goodness. You are known as Triyuga, because in Kali Yuga you appear as a constant incarnation, and because you always possess the three pairs of opulences. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the incarnation of Kali Yuga, as confirmed in many places throughout the Puranas, the Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam and Upanishad, summary of his appearance given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 6.99 as follows. Kali Yuge Lilavatara Nakare Bhagavan Ataiva Tri Yugakari Kahi Taranama. In the age of Kalish, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Bhagavan does not appear as Lilavatar, an incarnation to display pastimes. Therefore, he is known as Triyuga. Unlike other incarnations, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the age of Kali as a devotee of the Lord. Therefore, he is called concealed incarnation, Chanavatar. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Namostam Shapitam Nena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsta Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagara Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Shaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Hari Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishadhamitamsta He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpadraviyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Bhavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading from Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 34. As we know, this whole Canto 5 is dealing with the sthana, which is the universal positions. So before we can understand the verse, we have to see the overview of what is happening of the entire canto actually. So the fifth canto is broken down into three parts. If you look at there are a total of 26 chapters, right? So the first 15 chapters talks about the descendants of Maharaj Priyavrata. Priyavrata is the son of King Uttanapat, and he's the Swayambhu Manu. He's the brother of Uttanapat, who is the father of Dhruva Maharaj. So in the fourth canto, we saw the sons of Uttanapat, who are Dhruva Maharaj. The story of Dhruva Maharaj, all these were covered there. We also, the daughter of Dhruva Maharaj, the daughter of, and we also saw the lineage of Dhruva Maharaj. After that, we come back to Priyavrata Maharaj, because he did not want to be a king. And there was no one to rule the universe after the departure of Maharaj Dhruva. You know, his his nephew. So then, in the beginning of the chapter, we see how Brahma is encouraging him with Narada Muni to take over the position. He was actually brahmachari in the forest. And after he started ruling the kingdom, we see the divisions of the universe happening. Right. So he's in the area of the Bhuloka. If you go to the map, you see the universal map. This is the, so we are here, Bhuloka, there's Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Mahaloka, there's 14 planetary systems. Patala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Tatala, Sutala, Vitala, Atala. So these are all people who are in the mode of ignorance. They descend to this area. People in the mode of passion, they'll be in Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka. Bhuloka is higher than us, above us. This is where I think all the ghosts and if I'm not wrong, the ghosts and the spirits. We'll see the verse. F2, right? Says here, so srijat tapasa yukto rajasa madanugrahad lokan sapalan vishvatma bhurbhuvasva iti tridha. Lord Brahma, the soul of the universe, being endowed with the mode of passion, performed great austerities by my mercy and thus created three planetary divisions called Bhur, Bhuva, Swa, along with their presiding deities. So we are in Bhur, Bhuvar, and Swa. When we chant the Gayatri mantra, also we start with this three, right? So above the Bhuvar is heavenly planet, the Swa, Swarga. Heaven was established as the residence of the demigods, Bhuvar Loka as that of ghostly spirits, and Earth system as the place of human beings and other mortal creatures. Those mystics who strive for liberation are promoted beyond these three divisions. So higher than that is the Janaloka, Mahaloka, Tapaloka we see in the map. If you are in mode of passion, you will take birth in the Bhur Loka, Bhuvar Loka. Just above us is the ghostly planets. So I think many times it's quoted that when they can easily enter our planet by loud sounds, sirens, like that. Prabhu was saying when the ambulance sound is coming, the ghostly planets they can come in. Or even they celebrate the Hungry Ghost Festival, right? So during that time also. So based on the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, that determines your destination also, right? So to go, that's why Prabhupada was saying in today's Shishastra, the Sikshamrita, he's saying that they are trying to enter the goodness planet of goodness. The moon planet is in the Sattva Guna, right? Heavenly planet. How do you enter with the passion body? How do you go with the astronaut? As an astronaut wearing all the suits, traveling in the spaceship, how do you go inside there? You can't enter because your body is not suitable. Just like you can stay in the ocean, you can go underwater without breathing. I think the world record is how many minutes? 10 minutes, 15 minutes? I don't know. So you can't go beyond that. You can for a while you can go inside underwater, but your body is not suitable. The environment, your body is not suitable for that environment. It's not compatible. So similarly, we are seeing that to go to all these places, we need the punya, the piety, right? Let me see the next one. So below the planetary billows, the Lord Brahma created region below the earth for the demons and nagas and snakes. In this way, the destination of the three worlds are arranged as corresponding to the reactions of different kinds of work performed within the three modes. So whatever the work we perform, according to the three modes of nature, that will determine the destination. Yanti Deva, Vratan Deva, right? By mystic yoga, great austerities, and the renounced order of life, the pure destination of Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka are attained. But by devotional yoga, one achieves my transcendental abode. But if you are in the platform of doing austerities, penances, yoga, you can go to these planets, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. When the pralaya happens, partial devastation happens at every night of Brahma. The water does not cover the planets Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka. I think it goes up to Mahaloka. Yes. But if you want to transcend this whole thing, then if you become a devotee, if you take up the process of Krishna consciousness, then one can transcend this whole material universe, which is nothing more than a mustard seed. So we are here. Now we want to focus on the planet, the Bhuloka. This is where we are. So what happens in Bhuloka? Maharaj Priyavrata, he divides the Bhuloka into 7 islands. You can see here. This is Jambu Dvipa. Then is surrounded by a ocean of salt. Then there are 7 islands because he had 7 sons. So he wanted to divide the property. He was in charge of the whole Bhuloka. So if we go further down, we can see we are now in Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa is surrounded by ocean of salt. Then there is a Lakshadvipa, and this is surrounded by sugar ocean. Then there's Salmali Dvipa, liquor ocean is there. So people are wanting to enjoy liquor, you can go and take from the ocean. You don't need to, you know, go to the liquor shop, go to Pondicherry where there's less tax, buy. Yeah. So actually, this kind of things finds. I mean, people think this is all imaginary mythology, but it's there. What we know in the universe is not even 1%. We are just looking through the telescope. And huh? Okay, so 0.5% only they have seen. It might be much lesser than that. It's like there was a Instagram post I saw recently. Two children, twins. They were in the womb of the mother and having a conversation. You may have heard of this. One of them is not believing that there is such thing as mother. They think what happens when we come out of this. One person says there's no existence after this. After this, everything is finished. The other one says no. I can feel the mother's heartbeat. I can feel the mother is providing me nourishment in the womb. The other one says, I don't believe there's such a person as mother, even though he's within the mother. So same thing, we are so minute, so tiny, we cannot see what is happening with our minute senses, and we think that everything revolves around what we can perceive only. And we deny the existence of God. And God is also not so keen to prove. Say, you don't believe me, I don't care. Why should I be so bothered? I had a friend in the office many, many years ago. He told me that why don't God just come once a month, let's say like during Ekadasi, he comes in the sky and announce himself, I'm here, I exist. So he is not interested to do that. He has given the process how to see him through the Shastra. And if you do not want to surrender to the process of understanding him through Shastra and Guru, Sadhu Shastra Guru, then he is not bothered to prove himself. You can go on suffering lifetime after lifetime, according to your karma. So then we see that there is a Krauncha Dvipa, which is there's an ocean of milk, there is a Saka Dvipa, Pushkara Dvipa. Then so all these 7 Dvipas were divided in Bhuloka itself. So that's the point. There are 7 sons were given these 7 Dvipas to rule. Now we want to focus on Jambudvipa because we are in the 5th canto, 18th chapter, which talks about the prayers of the people of Jambudvipa. So we go more into Jambudvipa, and Jambudvipa is ruled over by the son of Priyavrata known as Agnidhara. So Agnidhara had 9 sons now. So what Agnidhara did, he divided this Jambudvipa into 9 parts. See? So in the middle of Jambudvipa, you can see there is the golden Sumeru mountain. If you see here, this is the Sumeru mountain. This is where Swargaloka, the planets of demigods are. And of course, somewhere around here is the pole star also, right? If you see the map in the book, the pole star, it is below the Janaloka, Maharloka, somewhere around here. You sure? Because I saw in the book, Prabhu was showing the day, 5th canto. It's not actually. If you see the picture again. So anyway, what I was saying is the Jambudvipa. So this is where the lotus stem, from the Lord Vishnu navel, lotus stem comes out. The Brahma is seated on the top. This is all under the lotus stem. So Brahma is here. So basically, we feel that the whole universe is so gigantic, so inconceivable. But it's actually it's just within this lotus stem and everything around, revolving around it. Okay, so now let's go back to the picture of the Jambudvipa. So Jambudvipa is divided into 9 parts. So in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 18th chapter, we are seeing the prayers of the residents of Jambudvipa. So here we see, here firstly, where are we? We are here, Bharata Varsha. We are in this division. Okay. Then Ilavarta Varsha. Do you know who is ruling Ilavarta Varsha? Anyone knows? Ilavarta Varsha is ruled over by Lord Shiva. and Parvati, and she has billions and billions of maidservants. And the Lord Shiva, he worships Lord Shankarshana there. In fifth canto, chapter 17, the prayers of Lord Shiva to Sankarshan is there. Huh? No, Sadashiva is beyond the Brahmajyoti. Okay. Then we have the Ketumala Varsha here. This is where Lord, you know who is here? We saw her prayers recently. Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi is here also. She worships the form of the Lord known as Kamadeva. So there was a lot of prayers we saw. Then we have Bhadra Varsha. This is the beginning of 518. The prayers of Bhadrashva was there for Hayagriva. Then Ramyaka Varsha is where Vaivasvata Manu worships Matsya Avatar. Hiranmaya Varsha. This is where Aryama. He's one of the, he's the lord of the, what do you call that? The Pitrus. When Yamaraj was cursed to become Vidura, Aryama took over the position of Yamaraj. So Aryama is here. And he worships Kurma Avatar. And then we have Hari Varsha, very important place where Prahlad Maharaj worshipped Narasimhadev. Kim Purusha Varsha, Hanuman, Sugriva, Hanuman, they worship Lord Ram. And today we are looking at, where are we? Kuru Varsha. Where is Kuru Varsha here? I don't know where's Kuru Varsha here. Uttara Kuru Varsha. Yes. So we are here now. So today's verses going on to Uttara Kuru Varsha, where Bhumi Devi, she is worshipping her worshipable husband, Lord Varaha. Varahadev. So this is the breakdown of how the prayers are going in the 5th canto, 18th chapter. So we may think that how come there is so much time spent by, let's go back to the database. So much of time is spent by, you see, what is his name? Parikshit Maharaj has only 7 days to live now. Why he's spending so much time understanding how the universal structure and everything, right? Why he didn't go immediately into the pastimes of Lord Kṛṣṇa? So actually, it is said that even if you understand this is Iharyasya Aryadasya, what is it? What is that verse, bro? In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Iharyasya Aryadasya is quoted. 5:11. Nirmande Krishna Samband. In the purport, right? Yeah. Yaryasya Haridasya Karamana Manasa Giran Nikilashuapi Avashtasu Jivan Muktasu Uchate. Person acting as Krishna consciousness, or in other words, in service of Krishna with his body, mind, intelligence, and words, is a liberated person, even if he is in the material world. Oh, actually, no, this one. The other one, Prapancha Kataya Buddhya Hari Samman. Huh? 6:10, yes. Sorry, 6:10. So in the purport here, we can see this verse quoted by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Prapatra Kataya Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Varstuna Mumukshvi Parityago Vairagyam Falgu Kataye. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava. So, so devotee, he sees everything as Krishna Katha. Even the description, if you go to 9th canto, there's so much description of the names of various kings. You know, So even that is Krishna Katha, because they are all in relation to Krishna. He does not reject it artificially. The people who are Sahajas, they say we only listen to the Rasa Leela of the Lord, the Katha, the Leela of the Lord, but we don't know about the universal structure, everything. The point is, if we do not know, understand this, do not understand how great and vast, how tiny we are, we cannot appreciate how great the Lord is. When Krishna comes and performs his Leela, we think that he is just an ordinary human being having many lusty desires. He has so many vibes. He wants to enjoy Rasa Leela. So we misunderstand. So the 10 cantos are arranged. Bhagavatam is spoken in a way to understand that Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. How great that personality, the Lord, the Supreme Lord is. We have to understand this way. By reading all this structure of the universe, you can completely how to say, we can completely appreciate that how someone can know this. For example, when I was studying astrology, right? There is no way any one of us could have figured out whatever is in the astrological text, how the planets are moving, how the astronomy is working, how this planet brings these results. Just by studying a small anga of the Vedas, astrology is not Bhagavatam. It is just a Veda anga. It's not an important part of understanding the absolute truth. But just by knowing little astrology also, one knows that there is a supreme controller. Because this knowledge cannot be conceived or fathomed or written by a normal human being. It has to be given by someone divine. Someone who is seeing everything from the bird's eye view. Right? How we can understand this is happening? These varshas are all like that, this is happening. And it may take the scientists thousands and millions of years to come to this understanding by their own endeavor. And also it's not by their own endeavor, it's by the blessings of the Lord only. Whatever the scientist is able to perceive, right? Krishna has to give the sanction also. He has to. Now our eyes are covered by Maya, right? But when the eyes are covered by Yoga Maya, then you can see. Either way, your eyes have to be covered by this Maya or that Maya. So for the devotees, we surrender unto the spirit, the internal potency of the Lord, who is Radharani, who is the representative of Radharani, the spiritual master. And then our eyes get uncovered. And when it gets covered by Yoga Maya, then we can see everything. See the Lord as he is. Just like how Arjuna, Krishna says, you cannot see me as I am. This universal form that you're trying to see. Even the universal form is a material form, he could not see. Krishna says, I have to give you the divine eyes. And what is the divine eyes? That is the covering of Yoga Maya. With that Yoga Maya, he could see the universal form. He could understand how tiny he is. He said, Krishna, I called you as my friend. I was putting my leg on you. I was behaving with you. But actually, you are the supreme controller of this entire universe. So everything that has to be seen through the lens of Shastra Chakshu. So when we understand Bhagavatam step by step, going through the 5th canto, understanding all the varshas, understanding the people who are there, and actually it's not only understanding the varshas, but we understand the people there who are praying with devotion to the Lord. They're offering their prayers to the Lord, right? Now we are coming to the Uttara Varsha, Uttara Kuru Varsha, prayers of Bhuma Devi. Bhumi Devi. So everything is, even though geography or learning geography and all, is infused with bhakti. That is the difference between material education and spiritual education. In material education, they want to take God minus everything. Everything they'll teach you without God. But spiritual education is prapacha katya buddhya, Hari sambandha vats. Everything is in sambandha of Hari. Even in the first chapter of Gita, there's nothing much going on. It's Arjuna's lamentation. Various kings are mentioned. But even that is Hari Sambandha. Because all those kings were in the battlefield and they were looking at Hari. Right? Just by knowing all these things increases our devotion, our faith for the Lord. Yes, yesterday I was quoting why someone lacks the faith in sadhu and shastra in the KI group. If, I'll take it out. So this is quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami in his Sandarbhas. यावत् पापेस्तु मलिनं हृदयं तावत् एव हि न शास्त्रे सत्यबुद्धि स्यात् सत् बुद्धिर्सद्गुरो तथा अनेक जन्म जनित पुण्य राशि फलं महत् satsanga shastra sarvanat eva pramadi jayate. So what happens is, why someone lacks the faith in sadhu and shastra? Srila Jiva Goswami is quoting Brahma Vaivarta Puran, and he is explaining this in Bhakti Sandarbha. Okay, yavat papestu malinam. Why? Because number one, there are two reasons why we lack faith in the scriptures. Now let's say you're doing book distribution. Some people easily take the book. Some people are not even interested. I'm not interested. You're going around asking, let's say, donation for Radha I say, I'm not interested to give. Why? Because two problems are there. Number one, when the heart is polluted by sin. Papes to malinam. There's too much of sin. When someone has committed too much sins from previous lifetimes, na sastre satya buddhi, the convictions to have faith in Shastra does not come. You'll say all this is nonsense. No, this is all. You guys are spending so much time wasting time to understand these books, which are all just mythology. Yeah. So, and then what else happens? Sat Guru Tataha. Sat Buddhi, Sat Guru Tataha. Even the Guru comes, you will not accept the Guru. There will not be any faith to accept Sadhu and Shastra. But what happens is, Aneka Janma Janita Punya. But after many lifetimes of accumulating some Punya, how the Punya comes, let's say you meet the devotees in the book table, say, I don't believe in the Shastra, I don't want the books, I don't take the books. The devotees say, okay, at least donate for something, donate for some Anadan Seva. So you start donating, let's say 20 cents, 10 cents, you develop Punya. And then after many lifetimes of developing Punya like that, through association of some sadhu, right? What happens? Prema and so forth, which are the ultimate results of the accumulation of merit, is created in the heart. So eventually the punya creates after many births. Then you get faith in Shastra, then you associate with devotees. Adav Shraddha. We are saying the first step in bhakti is what? Adav Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. So the Shraddha comes because Satam Kripa, Mahat Seva. You have to have some sadhu who gives you that faith in the Shastra. That's why it is said, Sadhu Sangha, what is the verse, bro? Mula, CC. Sadhu Sangha is what creates the Mula, Janma Mula. (22) 83. Yes. So you see here, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mulahaya Sadhu Sangha. Krishna Prema Janme Teho Puna Mukhya Anga. The root cause of devotional service to Krishna is association with advanced devotees. Even when one's dormant love for Krishna awakens, association with devotees is still most essential. So at any point of time, one cannot lose the association of devotees. Right? Even if one becomes advanced, one should always be in association of the sadhus. Because the root cause, it says here, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mulahaya Sadhu Sangha. It's not because I read the book, I have Krishna Bhakti, because I chanted today 192 rounds, suddenly I have Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti is not a mechanical process where I just do heaps and heaps of sadhana and I'm going to get that Bhakti. Krishna is a living person. He's a personality, he's the supreme personality of Godhead. He gives only his Bhakti when we come in touch with the Sadhu Sangha. So when we read about all the prayers of the various Varshas, they are all various devotees. We are reading and we are getting association through their prayers. We are getting the mood of how to pray through reading their prayers. How a sadhu thinks, how a sadhu behaves, everything we are learning. Right? And we offer the same prayers to the Lord, and it becomes very dear to the Lord. Because the Lord pays attention more to the prayers of his own devotees. Just like how Jagannath's form appeared because he heard the pastimes of his devotees in Vrindavan through Rohini Devi. And Jagannath and Subhadra and Baladev, they melted to this form. Right? So Krishna becomes very attracted when he hears the pastimes of the pure devotees, the prayers of the pure devotees. So now we go to the verse today. We are talking about the prayers of the Kuru Varsha, who the presiding deity there is Mother Earth. So Mother Earth is offering her prayers to Lord Varaha, who saved her. And after saving her, she became the spouse of the Lord. So if you look at the Lord, especially in the form of Vishnu, he's always accompanied by Lakshmi Devi and Bhudevi, Sri Devi. Bhu, Sri, and Neela. Neela Devi is the energy of the Lord, the Durga energy of the Lord. So three energies accompany him: Bhu energy, Sri energy, and Neela energy. The Bhu energy is for what is the verse I shared with you today? The Bhu Sri Neela, the purport. I'll take out the purport. Is it Adi 5:26? Yeah. So you see, Krishna's own form has only two hands, but in the form of Lord Narayana, he has four hands. Lord Narayana holds conch shell, this club lotus flower, and he's full of great opulence. The Sri, Bhu, and Neela energies serve at his lotus feet. So the Lord is accompanied by these three energies. Right? So in Bengal also the Neela energy is called the Leela energy. So how does these three works? We'll go down. Is mentioned in the purport here that these three energies are also represented by the three alvars. Bhuta alvar, Pei alvar, Poigai alvar. These three alvars represents the three energies of the Lord. So we go to the more further explanation. So the willing energy is divided into three: Sri, Bhu, and Neela. So Madhavacharya has stated Mother Nature, which is conceived of the illusory energy, Durga, has three divisions, namely Sri, Bhu, and Neela. She is the illusory energy for those who are weak in spiritual strength, because such energies are created by the energies of Lord Vishnu. Although energy has no direct relationship with the unlimited, they are subordinate to the Lord because the Lord is the master of all energies. So Jiva Goswami states in Padma Puran. So actually it's from here. So the Mahasamhita, which discusses the transcendental name and form of Godhead, also mentions Durga as the potency of the super soul in relationship with the living entities. The internal potency acts in relationship with the personal affairs, and the material potency manifests the three modes. Quoting elsewhere, he states that Sri is the energy of Godhead that maintains the cosmic manifestation. The Lakshmi Devi energy, She maintains the whole. So when they say Lord Vishnu maintains, how he maintains, he uses the energy of Lakshmi Devi, Shri. Bhu is the energy that creates the cosmic manifestation. And then Bhu Devi, she represents the power of creation, manifestation of the Lord. The Neela energy, Durga, is the energy that destroys. That is the point actually. So in these three ways, the Lord creates, maintains, and destroys. We usually know that Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are doing all these three, but actually Vishnu is doing all, and they are doing a secondary part of it. Brahma is doing just secondary creation. Shiva is doing the secondary destruction. But Sankarshan is doing the main destruction. So like that, this is how the Lord's energy is working. All this energy acts in relation with the living beings, and thus they are together called Jiva Maya. Okay, so Bhudevi, she is very much in gratitude to the Lord because she was drowned in the Garbhoda ocean. If you go to the picture, um, we were here in the picture earlier, right? It's not loading. So we were here. So this whole half below this half of the universe is filled with water, the Garbhoda ocean. Garbhodakshai ocean, Vishnu is below, and from him his perspiration is covering half the universe actually. Um, yeah, so this picture you can see. So all this place, oh, what is this? All these places are covered with the universal water. Actually, it's below, right? Patala. Yeah, but picture doesn't seem like that. So from the navel comes the lotus. We are here, Burloka, Loka here. So when the earth actually was pushed down to the Garbhoda ocean by Hiranyaksha, the two sons of Kashyapa Muni and Diti, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. So the demon brought down the earth, and Brahma was praying to the Lord that, "Oh my Lord, you know, I'm supposed to do creation, right? Populate the world, but how will I populate when the earth itself is pushed down, right? So please, you please come and save." So the point is a very interesting point because the in the just in the previous verse we see, "O Lord," this is the previous verse, "your name, your form, your bodily features are expanded in countless forms. No one can determine exactly how many forms exist, yet you yourself in the incarnation of as a learned scholar Kapila Dev have analyzed the cosmic manifestation as containing 24 elements." So it is said that the Lord is everywhere, right? If you look at this verse, his name, his form, his bodily features are expanded in countless forms. Correct? Am I right? That means God is everywhere. So Brahma, when there's a trouble in the universe, now there's a problem now. The universe is pushed to the Garbhoda, or many other problems that keep happening caused by the demons. What exactly Brahma does? Do you know? How Brahma prays to the Lord? Do you know? Where does he go and pray to the Lord? Yes. So Brahma, if the Lord is accessible everywhere, you can just sit down. In every single atom, Krishna is there, right? You can access him through that atom. Why he had to go all the way to Svetadvip? Of course, in the Varaha Lila, he did not really go to Svetadvip. He was in his own planet, and he was hearing the complaints from Manu, and then from the nose the Lord came. But most of the time, he goes to a certain place to pray. Even though the Lord can be accessed, one of the greatest yogis, right? Brahma, he can see the Lord through his meditation. He saw Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. He was revealed through his heart the spiritual abode, Chintamani Prakarasatmasakalpa Riksha. The Lord revealed the Goloka, Vaikunta and Goloka and beyond all to him. So why he didn't just say, I can see the Lord in the atom, I will go and right? So actually he's teaching us a lesson that we should come to the temple. Just like he goes to the Svetadvip, that is his temple. You have to come to the temple to take shelter of the Lord, to pray to the Lord, to offer the prayers to the deity who is non-different from the Lord. And not only offer the prayers to the deity and pray to the Lord, but learn how to pray in the association of devotees. Because when we come and pray, we will pray a list of 100 things that please give me this, that. But what Brahma is praying for is not like that. He's praying for the protection of the universe. So the universal affairs can go on smoothly, that everyone can execute their duty, sacrifice, which is coming to the verse today. That what happens is the king, the Lord of Incarnation, who accepts all sacrificial offerings. So we must know how to perform this sacrifice. Actually, we are doing everything as a sacrifice only. Even if you think about material existence, we to achieve our target, our goal, we have to sacrifice something, right? If I want to be the greatest football player in the world, I have to sacrifice at least 8 hours of my time. I cannot sit down every day and scroll on TikTok and YouTube and right, to achieve a goal or target. So the point is, Krishna is known as Yageshwara. He is the master of all sacrifices. And when we offer that sacrifice to fully fulfill him, then we attain the real goal of life. So before we come to that, we will first speak about Lord Brahma, because here, as Lord Varahadev, he appeared in his through the nose of Brahma. So this is a very important question to ask, because we say God is everywhere, right? But in what form? He's existing in what form? Because we know that Krishna manifests in three forms: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Sabdyate. Huh? So you say Paramatma Rupa. Then how did he just appear like Varaha and not as Paramatma form? Yes, he's there. But actually, if you go to Sandarbhas, Jiva Goswami clarifies. Jiva Goswami says all three are existing simultaneously. Okay? For one who is a Jnani, he sees everything as Brahman. Brahman is non-dual. Brahman is eternal existence, non-dual. It has no form, it has no shape. It is all pervading. It has no variety. So Jnani sees everywhere as Brahman only. Yogi sees everything as Paramatma or the Virat Purusha. The Virat Purusha is also the form of Paramatma. Okay? But a Bhakta sees everywhere as Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is also existing in every single atom based on your consciousness, based on your worship, your prayers, your sacrifice. He manifests, is like an on and off button. If you're a Bhakta, he will on the Bhagavan form. If you're Jnani, yeah, okay, I'm formless Brahman. If you're Yogi, I'm Paramatma. You see? So what, for example, in the past times of Prahlad Maharaj, he appeared in the pillar, right? Did he know that tomorrow Hiranyakashipu going to ask Prahlad the question? So today I will go and stay inside the pillar and I will take the form of half man, half lion. Did he plan like that? No. Because he's ever existing. He's everywhere, all pervading. Prahlad is worshipping the Lord in bhakti. Prahlad is known as the Acharya of Smaran. Among all the 9 processes of bhakti, Smaran is given to Prahlad. And Hiranyakashipu was very much testing the Smaran of Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was trying to make him forget Prahlad by giving him so much of material torture and distress. But Prahlad could not at any time forget the Lord, because he was completely absorbed in Stavara Jangama Deke na Deke Taramurti. Sarvata hoy nija Ishta Deva Spurti. Everywhere. Stavara Jangama, everywhere, moving, non moving, he sees the Lord. That is the power of Prahlad Maharaj Bhakti. Right? So the point is, Bhagavan is everywhere. And what Jiva Goswami uses to explain is the Leela of the you go to this verse, uh, he was using this lila to give the example. So this is the verse quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami. When Narada Muni came to see Lord Krishna in the marriage ceremony in the hall, he saw, how many forms did he see? 16,108 forms. So he was astonished because when Krishna was born, he was only one person. Devaki did not give birth to 16,108 forms, right? But only one person appeared. So how come suddenly there's so many forms now? Is it an expansion of the? Do you think all the forms of the Lord are expansions? Amsha? It's not Amsha. Amsha means an expansion of the original form. Like we say Nama, the Murti Kala, Vishesha. So many forms of the Lord are expansion of the Lord. They are expanding. Ete Chamsa, Kala Aha Pumsha, Cha Amsa. They are expansions of the Lord to perform various tasks. Like Parakshuram expanded just to show the power of killing 21 generation of Kshatriya. And that much only he did. He didn't go more than that. Right? Lord Ram also appeared as an Amsha, but he just Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan. So Lord, what do you call that? Lord Ram also appeared, but he only performed limited activities. Maryada Purushottama, everything with Maryada, one wife. He could not go and have 16,108 wives. Right? So that is Amsha, right? But whatever Narada Muni saw is not Amsha, it is Prakash. Prakash means exact replica, exact person. Just like now, there's Bhauma Vrindavan, there's Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, right? Actually, in Goloka Vrindavan, there is no Krishna, it doesn't appear as a small child. No, it's not there in Goloka. You can find me the Praman. By right, actually, he only displays his. Like now, even in Goloka Vrindavan, there is no demons to kill, right? Understand? So basically, what happens is Yashoda, how she experiences. This is there in the Kavi Karnapur. So he says how Yashoda experiences both motherly lila when Krishna is not completely showing. He's only showing 16-year-old pastimes. Okay, and also the demons are not there. So because the Prakash lila is happening in Bhavama Vrindavan in every universe, because it's happening in every universe, she can perceive both Krishna's childhood leelas and also when Krishna is there as 16 years old boy, she has that same. So it's actually very inconceivable how everything is connected. Every they can the perceive the so the same thing is here. The Lord expanded 16,108 forms, and all of them were individual forms. Everyone will say they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Because he's Prakash, he's an exact replica. So now Narada Muni is very surprised. How come? You see, if he has seen the Lord many times, then why is he said Chitram Baitat Ekena Vapushva Yugapat Pritaghe Shudhi Asta Sahasram Stri Eka Udavat? Is wonderful indeed that one Krishna has simultaneously become different Krishnas in 16,000 palaces to accept 16,000 kings as his wives. Why is it wonderful? He has seen Krishna so many times. Because why is wonderful is because he is understanding now that the Lord can be seen in his Bhagavan form everywhere, anytime, any place, any circumstances. Now we were seeing Narasimhadev in the pillar. Even Varahadev is in the pillar. If you have devotion for Varahadev, he will show that form of Varahadev. Right? So the unlimited forms of the Lord, that's why it is wonderful. So Sadheva Bahuda Bhutva Nirguna. The same personality of Godhead, Purushottama, original person, who is the always devoid of material qualities and contamination, can exhibit himself in various forms, at the same time lie down in one form. Right? So this is how the Lord is expanded in all forms. And this and the forms, if you see why we are talking about this now, because when you see in the 8th, 9th Varshas, everyone is different form they are worshipping. Right? In Hari Varsha, he is worshipped as Narasimhadev. In Bhadrasha Varsha, Hayagriva. In Ketumala Varsha, Lakshmi Devi as Kamadev. Right? In Bharata Varsha, Narada Muni is there. Narada Muni is the one who worships in Bharata Varsha, and he worships Naranarayan. So the Lord displays unlimited forms to his pure devotees. If you go to this verse, and of course today we are worshipping, they are talking about the prayers of Varahadev by Uma Devi. Says that, "Oh my Lord, your devotees can see you through years by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become cleansed, and you take your seat there. You are so merciful to your devotees that you manifest yourself in a particular eternal form of transcendental, of transcend, which is all which in which they always think of you." So based on your bhava, that form, like if we see Tulsi Das, his worshipable form of the Lord is Lord Ramachandra. When he went to Jagannath Puri, he says he saw the Lord as Ramachandra. When we see the Lord as Lord Shama Sundar, Lord Madana Mohan, two-handed Krishna form. So these are the various. The Lord is not, of course, the highest form, the conceivable, the highest most form is Ete Chamsa Kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan. That is the highest form. Why highest form? Because Krishna is the one who gives the highest rasa. No one can give the rasa as what Krishna can give. Right? So, but there we also don't disrespect other devotees who have appreciation for other forms of the Lord. So he said that the statement here, the Lord manifests himself before the devotee in the form in which the devotee likes to worship him, indicates the Lord becomes subordinate to the desire of the devotee, so much so that the Lord manifests his particular form as the devotee demands. This demand of the devotee is satisfied by the Lord because he is fallible in terms of transcendental loving service of the devotee. So ye yatamam prapadyante tam stateva bhajamyaham. We should note, however, the Lord is never an order supplier of the devotee. Here in the verse it is mentioned from Bhakti Yoga Paribhavita. It indicates that the efficiency achieved through execution of mature devotion or prema, love for Godhead. This state of prema is achieved by gradual process of development of faith. So with love only the Lord, he manifests. When you have attachment to the Lord, ruchi, nishta, when you have complete attachment to the Lord, then the Lord actually is able to. And the non-devotees, it says, Naham Prakasha Sarvasha Yoga Maya. They are covered by, the non-devotees, they are covered. Because they have no devotion for the Lord. So now, we come back to the verse, that the Lord is worshipped by the sacrifice. It is said also in the 3rd canto, when the Lord Varahadev appeared, from his body, the bodily hairs, right? The form of Varaha itself is a form of yagya, sacrifice. The hairs of the Lord actually represents the kushagras. So this is so they are worshipping him as the person who accepts all the sacrificial offerings. And not only, see, another point is the Lord is so merciful, right? He appears, said, we offer our respectful obeisance to you as gigantic person simply by chanting mantras. We shall be able to understand you fully. You are yagya, sacrifice. You are the kratava. Therefore, all ritualistic ceremonies, sacrifice are part of your transcendental body. So he is the Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the benefactor of all sacrifice. All sacrifice is meant to go towards him. Suhirdam Sarva Bhutanam. If you understand this, that all sacrifice is meant for him only. And he's the best friend. Suhirdam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the friend of all living entities. If we work in that consciousness, we attain, we go to the verse, Jatva Mam Shantim Richate. So he says here, person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigod, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace and is free from the pangs of material misery. Yeah. So even Bhagavad Gita, we can see another verse which says, there's so many verses of sacrifice mentioned in the Gita. Nayam loka sti agyasya kutonya kurusatama. O best of Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then next? So if you want real happiness, then we have to do it says here, the very famous verse, the Gita also. Yagyadhana tapa karma natyajam karyam evatat yagyodhana tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. Acts of sacrifice, charity, penance are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls. So, what is that sacrifice? The sacrifice is Harinama Sankirtanam. Yagyai Sankirtanai Praya Yajanti Shumeda Saha. One who is intelligent performs the highest sacrifice, which is Sankirtana Yagya. Just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by we were doing a big sacrifice last 2 weeks in the Radhayatra festival. That is actually a big yagya. Yagya does not only mean to just sit down and offer the fire, to offer the havan, the ghee into the fire. Right? A real sacrifice is sacrificing our kayena vacha manesendriya va buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhavat karoti atyat sakalam parasmai narayana yeti samarpayetat. My words, mind, body, actions, kayena vacha manesendriya va, my mind, body, my heart, everything towards the Lord, that is sacrifice. So the method recommended in this Kali Yuga is the Sankirtana Yagya. And the form of Varahadev especially is very much a form of sacrifice. If you can see this verse here, it's mentioned, Yesham tu Bhagavan Yagya Lingo Janardanam Tesham Shramo hi apartyaya Yadatma Nadratam Swayam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana, Lord Krishna, is the form to accept all results of sacrifice. If he is not satisfied, then one's labor for advancement is futile. He is the ultimate self, and therefore one who does not satisfy him neglects his own interests. Okay. So this is coming in the chapter of Varahadev, right? 313. Brahma prayers to Lord Varahadev. So he is the form of all sacrifice. If you do not accept, if you do not do this, then all your labor is not satisfied. So we see in the purport, so Brahma is deputed as the supreme head of the universal affair, and he intends disputes to Manu and other charges the affairs of the material manifestation. But the whole show is for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma knows how to satisfy the Lord, and similarly, persons engaged in the line of Brahma plan activities also know how to satisfy the Lord. The Lord is satisfied by the process of devotional service, consisting of 9 processes of hearing, chanting, etc., in his own self-interest to execute. It is one's own self-interest to execute prescribed devotional service, and anyone who neglects this process neglects his own self-interest. If we do not engage in this, we are neglecting our own self-interest. Everyone wants to satisfy senses, but above the senses is the mind. And above the mind is intelligence, above the intelligence is individual self, and above the individual self is the super self. Above even the super self is the supreme personal Godhead, the Vishnu Tattva, the primeval Lord, and the cause of all causes, Sri Krishna. The complete process of perfection service to render service for the satisfaction of the transcendental service of Janardana. So Rishikena, Rishikesha, Shevanam Bhakti Ruchate. To engage our senses in the senses of the Lord. That's why he's called Rishika, Rishikesha. And that is the perfect sacrifice. And we go to another verse from this chapter which speaks about Lord Varahadev, where the Brahma and the Rishis are describing the features of the Lord. Rupam tataiva nanu duskritatmana. So he says here, the Lord, O Lord, your form is worshipable by the performance of sacrifice. But souls who are simply miscreants, unable to see it, all Vedic hymns, Gayatri, and others are in the touch of your skin. Your bodily hairs is the kusha grass. In your eyes is the clarified butter. Your legs are the four kinds of fruitive activities. So this is the form of the Lord. So that's why they are worshipping him in the prayers today as he is the Lord of all sacrifice. Oh Lord, your tongue is the palate of sacrifice. So when you offer the fire, right, the ghee into the fire, the tongue is the fire, the tongue of the Lord. He's accepting the ghee. Your nostrils are another palate of sacrifice. Your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice. Your ear holes are another palate of sacrifice. Your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice. You're known as Soma, and whatever you chew is known as Agnihotra. So the complete form of sacrifice is Lord Varahadev. Right? And why he descends is very important. Why he descends, not only to save Bhumi Devi, because after saving Bhumi Devi, what was coming as a result of saving her was the conversation between him and her, which is Varaha Puran. And anyone who studies the Varaha Puran is again doing a sacrifice. What sacrifice? Is a sacrifice of intelligence. In the Gita, it is said, what is the verse 18, 17, 70? One who worships me, worship me with their intelligence. Not 70, sorry. Do you know the verse, bro? 70 something, where Krishna says, if you study this book, you are worshipping me with your intelligence. $18 or 70? Yes. Adeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samadham avayo jnanam yagye tenaham ishtam swam iti me mati. And I declare, he who studies this sacred conversation of our worship, and I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. This is also a sacrifice. Spending time to read Srila Prabhupada books, that is also yajna, sacrifice. So everything has to be done for the pleasure of the Lord. That is called sacrifice. If you go to another verse, श्रियापति यज्ञपति प्रजापति धीयम पतिर्लोकपतिर धारापति पतिर्गतिश्चंदक वृष्णि सात्वतम प्रशीदितम मे भगवन सात्वपति. So he is the pati, he is the protector, he is the husband, he is the one who receives all the worship. So Shriyapati, may Lord Sri Krishna, who is the worshipable Lord of all devotees, the protector and the glories of the kings like Andaka and Vrishni and Yadu dynasty, the husband of all goddess of fortune, the director of all sacrifices, Yagyapati, right? And therefore the leader of all living entities, the controller of all intelligence, Diyampati, proprietor of all planets, spiritual and material, and supreme incarnation on earth, the supreme in all, be merciful unto me. So the prayer, saying that how he is the one who, he's the pati of everything, and everything is meant for his satisfaction. If you see in the purport, this part is very interesting. There's there's an explanation of the Yagyapati. In Vedic rituals, so we are talking about, let's say, Vedic rituals, Yagya. In Vedic rituals, there are recommendations for performing different type of sacrifice in order to achieve the greatest benefit in life. So many, like you see in Treta Yuga, the point of worship is Yagya, right? We know that verse, right? Kriyate dhyayato Vishnu, Tretayam yadato make, dvapare paricharyayam, kalotad hari kirtanam. So in 4 ages, 4 kinds of sacrifices are mentioned. In Satyuga, Kriyate yad dhyayato Vishnu, meditation on Vishnu. Treta Yuga, what is the sacrifice? Yagya. Dwapara Yuga, the sacrifice is worship, temple worship, worship of the Lord, deity worship. Right? And finally, Kali Yuga, Sankirtana. What is the common point of all these 4? They're all 4 are sacrifices. What is the other common point? It is all bhakti only. It is bhakti to Krishna through smaranam in the first yuga. It's bhakti to Krishna through yagya, through chanting mantras, vandanam. Right? It's bhakti to Krishna through deity worship. Deity worship is also archanam. Is bhakti to Krishna through shravanam kirtanam. So all these 9 processes of bhakti can be found in these 4 ages towards satisfying only one person, Vishnu. Is not for anyone else. That is the recommended process of sacrifice in the Vedas. So now we are talking about the sacrifice which happens in Vedic rituals. So when Lord Ram also was appearing, what they had to do? Dasaratha, he was not getting children. So he had to perform a very elaborate sacrifice done by Rishashringa, Rishi Rishashringa. The whole sacrifice was arranged for the satisfaction of who? Vishnu. And who came out, and Vishnu was satisfied. What happened? He manifested his form as Lord Ram, Bharat, Shatrugna, Lakshmana. 4 of them appeared from the Yagya. That means the sacrifice had been success. Lord is pleased with you. He's pleased with Dasarath, and then 3 of his wives. They appeared these 4 children who were coming there as a protector, Lokapalaka. They came to protect the Ete Chamsakalapamsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam, Indriyani Vyakulam Lokam. Indriyani Vyakulam Lokam means to protect the Devata, Indra. Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Again and again, the Lord comes for the welfare to protect the Devatas from the demons, which is the form of Lord Ram. So now here it says in the purport that in the Vedic rituals, there are recommendations for performing different types of sacrifice in order to achieve the greatest benefit in life. The benediction that result from performing great sacrifice are, after all, favors given by the goddess of fortune. Any sacrifice done, if is successful, the goddess of fortune will favor you. And the Lord, being the husband of the lover of the goddess of fortune, is factually the Lord of all sacrifice also. He is the final enjoyer of all kinds of yagya. Therefore, Yagyapati is another name of Lord Vishnu. It is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita that everything done for the Yagyapati, Yagyartha Karmana, because otherwise one X will be the cause of conditioning by the laws of nature. If you do not do anything for the sacrifice of the Lord, you will be conditioned by material nature. Those who are not freed from all misconception, Vyakilam perform sacrifices in minor demigods. But devotees of Lord know very well Lord Krishna, the supreme enjoyer and performers of all sacrifice. So what we understood here, who will be pleased when we do the yagya? From this purport, what do we understand? Who becomes pleased when we do yagya? Huh? You cannot hear. What is it? No. Here is written. Uh, the benedictions that result from performing great sacrifice. So when you do the sacrifice properly, what happens is the favors will be given by the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. She gives, what is the greatest favor she gives? Krishna Prem, Krishna Bhakti. People want to worship Lakshmi Devi to get material wealth. That is favor given by not Lakshmi Devi, by Durga Devi for our destruction. So if we go back to the verse, if we see Prabhupada ends that verse, today verse, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we will end the class with the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu related to this. We go to 1835. Srila Prabhupada says that we offer respectful obeisance unto you, gigantic person, simply by chanting mantra, we shall be able to understand you fully, your yajna, sacrifice. Therefore, all ritualistic ceremonies, sacrifice are for your transcendental body, and you are the only enjoyer of sacrifice. Your form is composed of transcendental, known as Three Yuga. So, in this verse, Prabhupada speaks about the avatar of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is Three Yuga. So what is the pastime I would like to share regarding this is the story of Shuklambar Brahmachari. He's a very austere, very renounced brahmachari. He used to keep a sack of, like dried rice, what do you call that? Unpolished rice, poha, like flat rice. So he was very simple, eating this poha rice, not cooking also. Excellent brahmachari. He sings very nice slokas for the Lord, mantras. What Krishna does, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does, he will come and snatch that from him, like how he used to take from Sudama. And so it said that this Suklambar Brahmachari is the wives of the Brahmanas in Krishna Lila, one of the wives of the Brahmanas. So the Lord was forcefully taking, and Suklambar said, "Don't take, it's so dirty, it's so old. How I can offer this to you? It's not fit for offering." He said, "No, what is fit for offering is the bhakti. That is what is fit for offering." Then one day, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Shuklambar Brahmachari, "You go. I want to come to your home today. I want to accept food from you. Cook for me nicely. Nice rice, everything, dishes." So somehow he went and back, by the mercy of the Lord, because Lakshmi Devi, he's trying to please the Lord. Lakshmi Devi blessed him, provided all the commodities for him. All ingredients were supplied to him. He was cooking so nicely for the Lord. And you know what he said? When he was cooking, it is not like he's cooking. Lakshmi Devi herself came and cooked. So what we were learning today about yajna, sacrifice. So cooking is also sacrifice, because you're putting the ingredients in the fire, swaha, mustard seed swaha, ginger swaha. Why? Because the sacrifice, the cooking is for the Lord. And that happened. Lakshmi Devi came. Lakshmi Devi herself came and she performed the cooking for him. It's written in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And once the cooking was done, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he offered to the Lord, he offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "This tastes exactly like how Lakshmi Devi is cooked." So what we learn from the 2:4:20 verse, when the yajna is successful, Lakshmi Devi gives the blessings. So she herself personally came, helped him in cooking. Lord was pleased with what was eaten. When he was eating, he was so pleased with what was being cooked, because he was cooked with pure devotion. The yajna was successful. So similarly, the prayers of all these people they are guided by Bhuma Devi in Kuruvarsha. They are trying to please the Lord and in sacrifice to the form of Lord Varahadev. So I think we'll conclude here. Anyone has any questions? Kali Yuga? I don't know. Is there Praman like that? I don't know. I'm not sure how the... Is there any verse like that? Because Mahaprabhu is saying Kali Yuga only affects the Bharata. Bharata Varsha. So you're telling that all the other Varshas doesn't get a...
Discussion during this matter, right? The one of the boss
Hmm.
not affected, other boss only Kali.
Yeah, actually, true. But they want to come and take birth, the demigods in Kali Yuga, so that they got it.
Yes, it is process. I take him. You want to. So during Ramayana, this in Purusha Varsha, what can you hear with?
Yeah, it looks like that. So after Ramayan, they would have gone back to... Yes.
Now we have the last one. We have Hanuman.
He's Kim Purusha Varsha, but they say wherever you chant the name of Ram, he will be there also. He's simultaneously able to. So, any other questions or points to add? Any questions? Yeah. So, ghosts, though they have their ghostly planet, they can go. I mean, they are also here. They are haunting people. They are the ghosts. Yeah, they will be having ghostly bodies. Whoever commits suicide. It is higher, but the consciousness is still of, you know.
So actually, when I was giving perfect questions, perfect answer. So Prabhupada was saying like this. Somebody who do suicide accident, all these people will become good. But accident people, if they are pious, they will go to this. But otherwise, they remain here and see for the same like suicide also. They remain here and they suffer a lot. So pious people really go to that.
Go to the ghostly planet.
Ghostly that overlook whatever.
Okay. So that is in PQPA. Oh, I don't remember reading that, but nice.
We ask that question: one who dies, how? Then who knows straight how? Like this.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, in conclusion, we have to try our best to do the sacrifice in every step of our life, in every for the Lord, instead of our senses, for satisfaction of senses, for satisfaction of Lord's senses. That's why Prabhupada gave a very nice schedule, Mangalarti, chanting your rounds, reading the books, hearing Bhagavatam class, associating with devotees, book distribution, engaging in service. All other senses are engaged in the service.
Well, in 424, Bhagavad Gita, say what is that? Transcendental consciousness is there.
424. This one, is the translation of purport. Oh yeah, okay. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consumption is absolute and that which is offered is of same spiritual nature. How activities in Krishna consciousness can lead one ultimately to spiritual goal is described here. There are various activities in Krishna consciousness, and all of them will be described in following verses. But at the present, just as the principle of Krishna consciousness described, a conditioned soul entangled in material contamination is sure to act in material atmosphere. And yet he has to get out of such environment. The process by which the conditioned soul can get out of material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. For example, a patient who is suffering from a disorder of bowels, and due to overindulgence in milk products, is cured by another milk product, namely yogurt. The material absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness, as said for here in Gita. This process is generally known as yajna, activities, sacrifices, simply meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu, Krishna. The more the activities of material world are performed in Krishna consciousness or for Vishnu, only the more the atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption. The word Brahma means spiritual. The word The Lord is spiritual and the rays of his transcendental body is Brahmajyoti, his spiritual effulgence. Everything exists is situated in Brahmajyoti. But when Jyoti is covered by illusion Maya or sense gratification, it is called material. This material veil can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. Thus, by offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consuming agent of such offering or contribution, the process of consumption and contributor, the result are all combined together, Brahman or the absolute truth. So yeah, this is the verse which speaks about how Krishna consciousness is a sacrifice. So okay, we will end the class here then. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaur.